Sammy leaks some exist comes in on this book, but as you can see, there's none of it. That's because Sammy removed it because they're going to add more features and brainrots. But a person record putting the exist of all brainrots that were, of course, the release exists. So while I'm going to show you the before and after, and if I recommend trading for it or not. The first one is Raccoon Jandolini. Not gonna lie, it was decently rare, like it's a little bit rare. I don't know if there are exist yet, but here's the exist of them. Not gonna lie, it's not that rare. Okay. So yeah, not that rare. Let me see. Yeah. I guess the raccoon jump of existence, and there are cyber because Sammy had them in the cyber fields, but in limited quantity because yeah, it became worse than it was. So I think I recommend you train for this, but only if he has galaxy rainbow like mutation because that one are very rare. So if this is normal, I don't recommend you train because it doesn't have almost any demand. It doesn't have traits or anything. So yeah, like this 300x is like it's a lot, but not compared to the next ones that I'm going to show. So yeah, the next one is Pipi Corny. There were 400,000. Technically, it isn't rare because Sammy put it a lot of times on the fuse machines and that. So it's not that rare. The Pipi Corny, it was rare. Let me show you how many of them exist. So almost 1 million. Still in them, they have them in the summer fuse, so it's not rare. No one is going to want it because it's not rare. You can obtain it right now to the summer fuse, so not rare. Don't recommend you trading for this. It's still, if it has mutation, not. No one is going to search for it because it's in the fuse machine. Maybe in the future, like 5 months or something, it may be rare. But for now, I don't recommend you trading for this. And if you have them, sell it. Like, not gonna lie, it's not worth nothing. So the Malame, like it was pretty rare because almost it was decently rare, like something rare, like the Raccoon, like it was rare, because look how many exist right now. Like in that time, it was very good and very rare, but now it doesn't worth nothing. Let me show you the exist so you can see. Oh my god, yeah, it's not rare anymore. Oh my god. Someone offered me for it today, and I think, how many of them exist? 700. Like 200. It was not rare enough. Now it's even not rare anymore. It's not rare. Like if you get it with mutations, okay. We're not gonna lie. That's one of the brainrots that I suppose, like if they get it with very rare traits, you could trade. But normal, I'd not recommend you of anything trading for a normal one. If you have mutations, at least, but like that, no. So yeah, the Caramelo was very rare back then. 52,000. Like it's rare. Like it was rare because if the exist comes new, they aren't jump very bad, but still that little of existence added make the brain rot not that rare. So let me show you how many caramel featureros exist now. So 154,000. Like not gonna lie, it's rare still. Like I recommend you like new traits. Even if you get the normal one, it will be okay because the exist comes didn't job like amazingly like the Malame or other brainrots that are coming, but not gonna lie, very good. If you trade for a normal one, not overpay, but yeah, like kind of like pay something for it because it's still somehow rare. So yeah, a brainrot that I have, and I'm not to try to be biased, is the Bruto Gialito. Not gonna lie, they exist 49,000. Like it was rarer than a Centrucci no Clucci. Not gonna lie, like many people thought that it's going to be buff until they show the other season account. It's still that rare. I have one. I'm not going to try to be biased, but still, they still a lot. So yeah, the Bruto Gialluto is still rare. if you get it with mutations, amazing. Even if you don't get it with mutations, only a normal one, it's still very rare. 120,000. It's very rare. Not gonna lie. Like it's the best brainer that one of the best mythic brainrots behind some that are obvious. But some brains might shock you as well, because some brainrots I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to do y'all to not watch the video. So still the Bruto is rare, so I recommend you to train for it. So yeah, the Gorilla Submarino it was and it is the best brainer to trade for Mythic. Why? Because the chances of getting buffs are really high. I'm not gonna lie, they give dragons or a lot or variety of Garamas, so I recommend you train for this. Don't give OGs, not gonna lie, don't give OGs, but give 1 dragon, 2 dragons for it. Like here at 99,000, these are one of the exists that is. So the existence of Submarino didn't increase that high. I still recommend you train for this. It doesn't matter if it exists 13,000, it's still very rare. They give Garamas and dragons, so I recommend you train for this. Don't overpay, but still give some value to it. Like I recommend you very to try this Gorilla Submarino. Now the Avocado Gorilla. Like these had a lot of value. People offer Garamas, even dragon, 1 dragon for it. It was very rare. Like even if it's 176, this is one of the rainbows that if you have one, delete it. I delete 1 diamond. Look how many exist of them. Like look. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. 768,000? Oh my god, like even less Malamas exist with these existence. Like, I'm not gonna lie, don't trade for it. Even Scourge, the gun radioactive, like that one, yeah, of course, because they exist like 22, but still, if it's a normal one, do not recommend. Even if it's a gold diamond, don't recommend. Do not recommend this. This Avocado has lost all its value that it had. So do not trade for it if it doesn't have rare mutations. If yes, trade for it. Not gonna lie, but it's still worth Garamas, not dragons, not even OGs. Only Garamas, and if there are Garamas, even 3 or 4. But still, Avocado Real, do not trade for it. Yeah, Toby had some value, and it has some value. Like they give Garamas for it. Or even more red things, because they exceed 51,000. They were rarer than a Centrucci. But now let me find the exist count so you can see that the Toby is still, the Toby is rare. Like 226,000. Like it's still rare, not gonna lie. Still very rare. But yeah, it wasn't that rare as before. Like, not gonna lie. Yeah, it does get buffed, but it's still very rare. If you get any mutations, excellent. So yeah, Gangantele was rare. Like, not gonna lie, it's still somehow rare, but it doesn't have the value as before. 66,000. Everyone thought that it's going to get buffed to at least like the something like 20 million, but now impossible to get buffed. Even you want to trade it. I recommend you trade for it. So I think Gangantele was not almost rare after all. I'm not gonna lie, it's still rare, but not that rare as before. It's still I recommend you train for it because it has some value still. So the Centrucci is rare, and it's rare after existence. 52,000, it's rare. Like 52,000 are really low, but people are the owners are very biased because even if they give them like 4 or 5 Garamas, they want dragons. Like, not gonna lie, it have already passed months since Sammy buffed a brainrot. I'm not gonna lie, this is going to get buffed, but it's still very rare. Not gonna lie, I want you to try. What the fuck up? They exist less than the screenshot. Some people might sell this. I don't know. 42,000 of them? Like, I don't, bro. Like, how? Like, Sammy deletes once or what? Like, it has more chances to get buffed, like the Fragola, but it's still like 20 million, and it's not that. So I recommend you train for it. And what the fuck happened to the Centrucci exist? So So yeah, the rhino is rare, but it's not going to get buff. Even the Sintrucci is going to get buff. This is not going to get buff. If you ask me why, I don't know why. Like it lost the pool. The rhino, I think it lost the pool, so it's not going to get buff. And it was a failed investment, but still very rare, and it has some value. Like Goramas, not dragons, but Goramas. Like not gonna lie, it has some value. So yeah, the rhino is still rare, even there's some like 20,000 of them more, but still very rare. Still very rare. I recommend you train for it. It's not going to get buff, but still very rare, and it has some value. So I recommend you train for it. Honorable mention: Sammy at some exist, and one of them is a Stapaluminino. 176,000. Rare like the Ganselli, Toby, a little bit more not rare like the Caramello, but still very rare. Rare than Gangancelli, Toby. I recommend you train for it. I recommend you. Even if it's base, I recommend you train for it.